What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome to part 3 of our Rengoku from Demon Slayer pixel art tutorial. So, where we last left off, we were working with the hair and extending that up and around to the other shoulder. We got around halfway, and then I decided to stop just because it was taking up quite a bit of time, and I want to kind of pace myself just so that way I don't get too annoyed with building in general. So, let's go back up to the top of the hair right here, where we had this 8 flat that we left off at. So yeah, let's go to the right side of it and we're gonna continue from there. This is the third part, I think, in our tutorial series, so I'm gonna start picking up the pace a bit, as by now you guys should know the terminology and what I'm saying. So anyways, on the right side we're gonna put a placement block and then switch over to our coal, and we're gonna go up and to the right 2 flat, 1 2, up and to the right 1 single, and then up and to the right 2 flat again, 1 2. We're almost at the halfway point, which you can kind of tell we'll be at the halfway point just by looking at the right hand screen. You can kind of see where it lines up with the rest of the build. But from here we're going to go up into the right 5 flat, so placement block to the top or right side, 1 2 3 4 5. Then from this 5 flat we're going to go to the 4th block. Actually, we don't even have to count it like that. Let's go to the second to last block from the right side, so this one right here. And then we can count up 3 blocks with coal, 1 2 3, just like that. Then from the last block, so this one right next to it, we can go down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row, 1 2 1 2. Perfect. Let's go back to that 3 vertical we have just hanging up here by itself, and we're going to put our placement block on top so that we can go up and to the left 1 single, up and to the left 3 vertical, 1 2 3. And from the middle block in that 3 vertical, we're just going to go to the right side of it and put another placement block followed by another, not a placement block, a coal, sorry, followed by a placement block like this. We're going to use that placement block next to go down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. So 1 2, that's 1, 1 2, that's 2. Down into the right 4 flat, 1 2 3 4. Down into the right 3 flat, 1 2 3. Down into the right 3 singles, 1 2 3. And this is the midpoint that I was talking about. We're going to use this kind of to just make a little indent in his head and then arch and go into the other side basically. So from this bottom block, this bottom single right here, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to put an extra coal below it, like so. Then we're also going to go above it so that we can go up into the right 4 singles. So let's put a placement block up here, and we're just going to go up into the right 4 singles from the top. So 1 2 3 4. Perfect. Next, we're going to keep on going to the right, and then we're going to start going back down. So I just suggest putting your placement block to the right side each time, and you should be good to go. There might be a little bit of a disruptor where we switch directions, but then we're going to keep going to the right eventually, so just bear with me. Anyways, from here we're going to go up into the right 6 flat, 1 2 3 4 5 6, placement block on the end. Up into the right 5 flat, 1 2 3 4 5. And here's a quick example of a little disruptor. Instead of putting your placement block at the end, we're going to go to the second to last block, and we're going to put 1 coal underneath it, so like this. We're then going to go down into the left 1 single, down into the left 2 flat, 1 2, and from the left block in this 2 flat, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat again, 1 2, oops, 2, and then down into left 1 single, like this. And then going back to that 2 flat on the right block this time, we're going to add an extra 4 to the right of it. So 1 2 3 4. Perfect. Now we're going to resume our right side direction. So I'm going to put my placement block back over here, and we're going to go up into the right 5 flat, 1 2 3 4 5, placement block. Down into the right 1 single, down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row, 1 2 1 2. Down into the right 3 flat, 1 2 3, Up and to the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then from that 2 flat, we're going to find the right block right here. And I want you to add another 4 going below it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now from there, we're going to go down into the right 4 flat. So put a placement block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this. And from this 4 flat, what I want you to do is we're going to go to this first block on the left side. And we're going to add an extra single to the left, like that. And from that extra single, we're then going to go down into the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to the right side of the 4 flat we had. And on the right end, so not the first block, this one all the way over here, we're going to continue working by going down into the right 1 single. Whoops. Like this. Down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down into the right 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from the 7 flat, we're then going to go up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 1 single again. And then we're going to go back to that first single. And we're going to put 4 extra blocks going below it. 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we need to head a little bit to the left just to create a spike before coming back out to the right again. So we're going to be on the left side. So let's go down into the left, 1 single. Down into the left 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And from the left block into 3 flat, we're going to go down into left 2 flat, 1, 2. Then we're going to go back to the 3 flat and go to the right block this time. So all the way on the right side. And we're going to put 1 coal directly underneath it. And then a placement block underneath that. From that placement block, we're going to put 2 coal to the right of it. 1, 2. And then we're going to go down into the right 2 flat again. 1, 2. Then we're going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. From the 3 flat, if we go over to the right side over here, we're going to put a placement block to the right so that we can go down into the right 1 single. And from that single, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to go down into the left from it 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And we can mark that second set of 2 flat with some placement blocks just so that we can come back later when we're doing some of the details. But then we can go back to the 1 single over here just because we're going to keep using that for the frame. And we're going to go up into the right 2 single. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And now from that 2 flat, what I want you to do is go to the right block. And we're going to put 1 coal on top and 2 below. 1, 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be going down, but we're going to be going left and right quite a bit. So I think the safest thing to do is just keep putting your placement block on the bottom. But since we will be switching directions occasionally, it might not always be the case. But first we're going to go down into the left, 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then from that 5 vertical, we can leave our placement block on the bottom because we're going to come back to it. But also from the center block, so this third one from the top or third from the bottom, we're going to put 2 coals to the right. 1, 2. We're going to come back to that shortly, so we don't have to touch that 2 to the right yet. Instead, we're going to go to the bottom of the 5 vertical and keep working with that. So let's go down into left 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Down into left 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 3 times in a row. So placement block underneath again. 1, 2, 1, 2, and finally 1, 2. So this is looking really good. I'm liking what I'm seeing on the right hand camera screen. It's looking like everything's going to meet up like I want it to. So what we're going to do is go down into left 2 flat now. And from the left block in that 2 flat, I want to put a placement block underneath it so that we can add an extra coal to the left and an extra coal to the bottom of it, like so. We're going to work with that extra coal we have at the bottom by adding another coal to the right of it to create a 2 flat. And then we're going to put a placement block underneath that right block so that we can go down into the right 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. From there, I want to put a placement block to the right side so that we can go up into the right 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And this is just tipping out another spike. But you might have noticed that we did not connect back up to the 2 flat we did up there. That's just kind of hanging by itself. So let's actually work on that now. So in the 3 sets of 2 we just placed, we're going to go to this one all the way on the left. So this lower one right here. And I want you to find the left block. And we're going to go up and to the left 2 singles from it. 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, I want you to find the top block. And we're going to add 2 more coals to the left side of it. And then we're going to put a placement block above it so that we can go up and to the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Perfect. So we're just closing out some of these shapes. They're all probably going to be the same color in the end, but just creating the spikes and the layers to his hair is very important for the effect that I want it to have. Anyways, we're going to keep going up by going up into the right 2 vertical. Actually, it's going to be a staircase pattern. We're going to go up into the right 2, 3, 4, then 5. So if you can remember that, just do it right now. But otherwise, I'm just going to say it slowly. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Placement block. Then 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. Then 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is all connected at a diagonal. You can get rid of these placement blocks and you can see this staircase pattern. From the 5 vertical, I want you to find the second to last block from the top. And we're going to put 1 coal to the left. And now we're 1 block off from meeting up with this. So all we're going to do is go down into left 1 single to connect at that diagonal. So let's put our placement block here. And we're done. Now let's drop back down to the 2 flats that started this. We were working with the left block and the 2 flat just to bridge this. But the right side is what we're going to continue with the frame. So let's go to that 2 flat right there. And on the left block, we're going to put 2 coal going straight down from it. So 1, 2. We're then going to go down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the left 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down into left 2 flat. And let me just double check that I'm building it correctly. We have the 1, 2, 3 singles. Yeah, down into left 2 flat 2 times in a row. Sorry, just needed to double check real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2. The reason I was double checking, guys, is there's a couple of layering that's about to happen, and it's going to look kind of confusing like this right up there. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm setting it up correctly. Anyways, from the 2 flat we just created, let's go to the right block in it, and we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. So placement block underneath. 1, 2. And then we're going to add an extra coal to the right of the bottom block in this 2 vertical. Then let's put a placement block after that so we can go down into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the right 3 flat 2 times in a row. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Now we're going to come back to this 3 flat right here. But like I said, there is some layering right here that we need to complete. So let's just go and do that. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this 5 flat right here. And in the center block, so this one right here in the middle, we're going to put 1 coal on top. We're then going to go up into the left 2 singles from that 1 coal. 1, 2. And it should have connected back to this 2 flat at the diagonal. From that single that connected to the 2 flat, we're going to go up into the right 3 flat from it. So let's put a placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3. And zoom out if you need to, and just make sure yours looks like this. I know it's very close and it's easy to mess up, but I really think you guys can do it. From the 3 flat, if we go to the right block, we can go down into the right, 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it connected with the 3 flat that we're going to work with shortly at the diagonal, so that's good. And then to finish this up, from the 4 flat, we're going to go to the second to last block from the right side and put 1 coal on top. And then from that 1 coal on top, we're going to go up and to the left, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So this is the layering that I had in mind. Like I said, most of these are going to just be the same color at the end. It's probably going to be yellow or something, but it does give it the effect. If you guys have a view of the thumbnail, you can see how good the hair looks in the thumbnail. So this is the amount of effort that goes into making it look that good. Anyways, from that 3 flat we have marked off now, we can go to the middle block in it. So this one right here, and we can add an extra coal below it. And then from that extra coal, we're going to go down and to the left, 5 more singles. So actually not 5 more singles, sorry, because we already have the first one here. Let's go down and to the left, 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you need to know that you did it correctly, this single should be lined up with the first block in this 3 flat right here. So just double check that. And yeah, you're good to go. Next, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. Down into the left 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 flat, we're going to go to the middle block and put 1 underneath it, like so. And then we're also going to go to the last block on the left side, and we're going to go down into left 1 single. From that single we just added on the left side, we're going to mark it and come back to it later. But we're going to work with this block we added to the bottom of the 3 flat right now. And we're going to go underneath it with our placement block and go down into the right, 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's put our placement block underneath each time. We're going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2, 3. Down to the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And we're going to be switching directions. So let's go to the left block in this 2 flat and put a placement block underneath that so that we can go down into the left 2 singles, 1, 2. Down into left 3 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Now let's go to the right block in the 3 flat, and we're going to extend down from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more blocks. So let's add 10 blocks to the bottom of this block right here. This block right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From that 10 we just added, we're going to go to the second to last block from the bottom, so this one right here. And we're going to put an extra coal to the left side. From that extra coal, we want to go up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. And then we want to double up and just add an extra block to the left of each of these blocks in the 2 vertical right here. Like so, just creating this chunky brick. Now, working with the top left block, we're going to add 1 more coal to the top, 1 coal to the left of that, and then we're going to go up into the left 1 single, and then we're going to go back to the chunky brick, and we're going to go to the bottom left block, and I want you to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks below that. So bottom left block, let's put 8 blocks below this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let's just zoom out and check the view. Perfect. And actually, I think I wrote that wrong for myself, weirdly enough, but I'll just take note of that for later. All right. Anyways, from the bottom of that 8 we just added, let's put a placement block underneath there. And we're going to go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And then we're going to put our placement block underneath the left block in that 2 flat so we can change directions again. And we're going to go down into the left 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. I think we only have a few more spikes before this connects to the shoulder, so that's really, really good, actually. I think we're making good time, considering I only wanted to film these for like 15 minutes-ish. But I've been doing good with extending the time a little bit extra just to make sure we're able to complete this at a reasonable pace. I don't want this to be like 100 parts. So from those singles, we're going to go down into left 4 flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go to this left block in the 4 flat. I mean the second to last block on the left side, sorry. And we're going to put 3 coals underneath that. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 singles. Down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And from this 2 flat, we're going to actually build out another spike. So what I want you to do is go to this right block and add an extra coal to the right. And from that extra coal, we're going to put 1 to the top and 2 below it to just get this pointy tip shape. But then that means we have to curve back inward just to make it look curvy. So we're going to still put our placement block underneath, but we're going to be on the left side, and we're going to go down into left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Going to the right block, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 5 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I can't really see how many curves I have left at the moment, but it's looking like we're making it really, really close. I get really antsy when we get this far into a build. I'm just like, I really just want to be done with the hair, because the hair is just so much. It is so much, guys. Anyways, from here, we're going to go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. From that 3 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block right here, and we're going to add 1 to the left and 1 to the right, creating this upside down T shape. From the right block, we're just going to go down into the right 1 single. And from the left block, we're going to put a placement block to the left of it so that we can go up into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. And then down into left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. From that 4 flat, if we go to the right side and find the second to last block, we can add 1 piece of coal underneath it. And then we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. From there, we're going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 8 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then finally up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. I want you to go to the right block in the 2 flat now. We're going to extend it down with another 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And then now we're going to be focusing on the last 2 spikes before we touch the shoulder. So we're coming to the end of this part. And then I guess on the next part we can focus on the collar and face, and then we can spend an entire other part for the hair and details. So I'm thinking we're making good time. Anyways, we're gonna go down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Place some block underneath. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down to left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go to this block all the way on the right side of the 4 flat and extend it down an extra 2 blocks. 1, 2. From that extension, we're going to put a placement block underneath so that we can go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single again. And then finally down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go to the second to last block from the bottom of the 4 vertical, and we're going to add 1 coal to the left. We're then going to go up into the left 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, up into the left 1 single, and then up into the left 2 flat, 1, 2, just like this. And now we're going to go back, so backtrack just a couple steps to the 3 flat we had right here, and on the middle block, we're actually going to go underneath it and put 5 coal going straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to start curving to the right a little bit. So you can still put the placement block underneath, but we're going to be on the right side. Let's go down to the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Down to the right 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go to the second to last block from the right side, and we're going to put 1 coal underneath it. We're then going to go down into left 2 flat, down into left 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the middle block in that 3 flat and put 1 extra coal below it. And then from that 1 extra coal, we're going to go down into the right 2 singles, 1, 2. And then finally down into the right 2 vertical, so placement block underneath or to the right side, 1, 2, and that should connect to the 2 vertical we already had coming off the shoulder. Perfect. So if everything connected, you're actually well on track to having a perfect pixel art. That's the entire outline of his hair complete, actually. So all we have to focus on is the inner detail. If you didn't hit the height limit yet, then that means you should be perfectly in frame. In the next part, we're going to focus on the center part over here. So if you want to fly over there before we head over to it, we'll probably work on the collar and the face, and then we'll worry about the hair and other details later. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.